Burlington on, where tonight the Burlington Chiefs, you see them there on your screen in the white jerseys, red helmets, and black lettering, very reminiscent of the Chicago Blackhawks, will face the visiting Whitby Warriors in their black uniforms, who will work left to right in this first period, away from goaltender Brett Dobson. Dobson comes into the game with an 0-2 record, having played 4 less games than Joel Watson. So the backup in tonight for Whitby. And for Burlington, Briley Miller getting the start once again. His 4-1 record was enough to take over first place last week. Game you saw here on the JVI Sports Network. We're about to get ready to go. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside our crew. Glad to have you aboard once again. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at JVI Video for our entire summer schedule. Face off here won by Jordan Aki. I believe a call up from, if I'm not mistaken, the Brantford Warriors coming in tonight, winning the opening face-off. Lanchbury to the crease. Ryan Lanchbury, a stud so far this season, with 12 goals and 31 assists for 43 points for the Burlington Chiefs. Be sure to keep an eye on him. First offensive set now for Whitby, and they give to Dyson Williams, up-and-coming superstar, the son of assistant coach for Burlington, Sean Williams. Long-time player in the Whitby and Brooklyn area, and missed pass going all the way down the floor, where Dobson sent it into the rafters here. We've played 1 minute in Burlington as Boucher will get it up top. He sends it to the far side. Boucher back again. Now Lanchbury working it through the top. Nate Braniff over to the far side, bouncing in front of the crease, and Dobson there to get the stick on it. Chrome helmet for Dobson, reminiscent of that worn by Coquitlam Adenac star Christian Del Bianco, he of the Calgary Roughnecks. Williams accepting the return pass out of the corner from Tanner Cook. Cook to the far side, a low shot by Bryce Yetman. Hits off the post, it sounded like, as this will be picked up by Burlington on a run. And they'll come out and over center. This is a Burlington team that has struggled in their first periods. That continued last week. Pardon me, they dominated the first period last week, I should say. Boucher, he was tangled up that entire offensive set with Adam Cromer. Cromer shoving Boucher to the floor. Right in front of the official, they elect to allow play to go on. Your officials are Blair Ferguson and Kyle Kennery tonight. As walking off the boards, Graydon Hogg into the middle. His shot, Briley Miller there to make the save, and the rebound picked up by Phil Mazuka, who will now cross center. Hunter Lemieux setting up. Ryan Smith outside for Lanchbury. Lanchbury, Damon Curry, who had 5 assists in the game last week. Smith will cut the corner, looking quick stick to the far side. Hunter Lemieux, that big body in on the crease. 2 goals against the Beaches. And a crease violation. Stick stripped out of the hands there. Believe that's Devin Pfeiffer. Stick is still lying on the blue line as Whitby did corral the loose ball, and they'll set up on offense once more. A lot of action for you this past week as Williams takes a low shot. No reset, so Miller did not make the save. Dragged out of the crease by Stephen Lee. Shot clock sounds, but it will be Burlington ball. Major Series lacrosse action on the channel. That Burlington Beaches game we told you about. And then Junior C action, the Wilmot Wild and the Brantford Warriors. A busy weekend. Busy week last week, I should say, for us at the JVI Sports Network. Glad to be back in Burlington again. Dobson reaching for this, trying to get it on a bounce. Nearly made contact with Trevor Barrett, but it's off his stick and out of play. We've played 4 minutes without a goal here in the first period. As Boucher will send far side, Hunter Lemieux trying to change that as he steps into a hard shot. Ends up behind the net. Picked up by the Chiefs, and Boucher will get it again. Around a pick from Lanchbury, and Boucher lost his stick. The race is on for this loose ball, and it'll be won by Damon Curry as Lemieux gets it into the corner. The return pass for Lemieux out of his reach. Dobson from his own crease will now push it up the floor as the Whitby Warriors come in on offense. A quick shot there off the bench. Tanner Cook, a sidearm that goes wide and off the sideboards. Captain Callum Jones. Gains his team possession, and it's brought up the floor. Working around to pick Pat Kasholk. Back for Boucher now. Usual suspects on this Burlington Chiefs offense. Smith trying to find the lefty. That's a high pass. And 3-on-1 break here for the Warriors. Down the far side. The shot into the feet of Miller. And Devin Pfeiffer denied that time by the Burlington netminder. Curry streaking off the bench now. Straight into the middle. Into Lemieux. Pat Saunders out there as well. Smith now in the corner for Lanchbury. Rare offensive set that doesn't have Boucher on it. And they tried to go to Curry on the far side. It bounces loose into the corner. And again, the Warriors pushing the floor. Whitby find themselves near the top of the OLA standings. But it is quite the logjam here as we're just getting settled in the Junior A season. And a shot from the far side again. This one bouncing off the left arm of Briley Miller. Bryce Yetman that time. He gets it back now. Directing traffic. Yetman to the near side. His hard pass intended for Hogg. Out of his reach. Ends up in the corner where it's picked up here by Callum Jones. Head faking a couple times. Gets as far as center, where he'll leave for Nate Braniff. Burlington Chiefs out to a fast start. That included that win over the Beaches last week. Their only loss so far, their opener against the Orangeville Northmen. Quickly across the crease looking for the quick stick. And Warriors off the bench may have left early, but the shot save made by Miller from Tanner Cook. As Phil Mazuka takes it on a bounce. And now we've gone 7 minutes of scoreless lacrosse, whistleless lacrosse as well for the most part, which is what you like to see. Smith shot over the shoulder. Not as hot as normal here inside the arena they call the oven, but still hot enough as it's been cooler, although humid the past couple days here in the Burlington area. Williams, low shot, scores. That one will break the deadlock here, 7 minutes and 48 seconds in. As Dyson Williams, low shot, fools Miller a little bit as it cuts under his arm, and Whitby will take a 1-0 lead. Broadcasting this game to you on Wednesday, June the 6th. Monday, June the 11th, a rare Monday home night game for the Burlington Chiefs. They'll welcome the St. Catharines Athletics and then the Mimico Mountaineers on June the 13th. The Braves coming in 2 weeks later, Monday, June the 25th as well. And they finish out their season. Difficult home way to end with Brampton and Six Nations Arrows coming in. The Arrows last weekend, Chiefs beating them at the ILA to drop the Arrows record to 3-4. The first time since the first 3 games of the 2016 season, the Arrows have had a record under 500. Last time they finished a season under 500. Saunders wants the quick reset. They'll send him all the way back to center, though, after that ball bounced out of play. Lanchbury and Ian McKinnon on the near side. Trading chops. Smith on the doorstep and in the crease. There's the call there from referee Ferguson. McKinnon and Lanchbury again. Lanchbury almost ends up in the door. And the official there to separate those two. I was surprised nothing got called in that proximity of the benches. Here's a shot. Briley Miller off his right arm goes wide. Another shot from Hogg on the near side. It is 1-0 though, as we're in the 9th minute of play here in the first quarter. Just the only goal from Sean Williams. Pardon me, Dyson Williams. Knew that was going to happen at some point this evening. As Boucher, far side, they find Curry, who shoots it off the crossbar. Boucher climbs the ladder looking for it, got knocked down in midair, and now takes a couple chops as he stands up. They want him to restart in the corner. Ball starts on the left side. Now back for Boucher. And Lanchbury into the corner. Lemieux, his hard shot. Oh, what a save by Dobson. That right arm bouncing out on Damon Curry. Lanchbury recovers the loose ball, though, back for Braniff. And the shot there from Boucher. I believe that was Lemieux getting the pass to Boucher, looking quick stick. But how about the save prior to that by Dobson coming over to his right side? Devin Maya shoving his man on the far side. I believe he's matched up with Bryce Yetman. Yetman gets it now over for Williams. Williams, Yetman back into the corner. Whole ton of room here for Tanner Cook. Closes fast though, because Cashall right up on his hands. Knocked the ball free, and Devin Maya will intercept. Maya, a big collision there as he stood up on Tanner Cook. Burlington has the ball, and it'll be Cook going off here, as the Chiefs will bring Miller to the bench on the delayed penalty call. Braniff into the middle. Barrett, left side. Barrett has it back. He'll push it out to the boards, where the shot comes in, and it's well high. And we'll get the penalty call. I think they're going to call it a slash, as Maya was heading off to the bench. Tanner Cook came in with speed. And our first penalty of the game comes nearly 11 minutes into the first period. Chance for Burlington to tie this up as they trail 1-0. Boucher, Lanchbury, Braniff, Lemieux. Only one not to touch it is Ryan Smith, calling for it now as Smith takes top spot. Now all 5 have touched it. Around the back, Lanchbury's shot sails wide, picked up by Braniff. Boucher tries a quick stick, and that one hits the roof. And it will be Whitby ball. Yetman backs into Stephen Lee. Lee all over Yetman now, has to switch hands a couple times. Yetman now cuts back. Lee overran it. Nice recovery, though. Yetman still with it. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Change from last year, as that does tick down now in all leagues, including major series. We've seen the first couple weeks of that season. Lanchbury. Smith. They have Boucher in the corner. Lemieux on the far side. Smith takes the shot, and Damon Curry. Ball bounces past him all the way down the floor. 5 on the shot clock as Miller touches it. Curry, now Lanchbury, they have to hurry. Lanchbury from long distance, saved Dobson. Nearly bounced back for Boucher, and he takes another late slash right in front of the official. 22 seconds remaining in this power play. The Warriors can kill the entire thing now. As Hogg to the net, his shot, another one that goes wide. As Devin Pfeiffer collects the rebound. 10 on the shot clock. As they get ready to bring Cook back on the floor. Another shot from Hogg. This one finds the mark, but Miller with the save. Cook out of the box. Look to go at Cashhawk. Swiping for it is still Cook as Lemieux sends it over to the far side for Curry. 7 minutes remain in the first period. Only goal so far off the stick of Dyson Williams. Smith trying to change that into the stick of Dobson, and he has one down the floor with speed, and the pass goes over the head of Ben Utrosa. Utrosa still trying to chase the ball carrier, though. Gets around Smith. And now Lanchbury, corner for Curry. Pick set by Lemieux. Lemieux goes back to the net after setting the pick. His shot resets the clock, and now Lemieux gets his own rebound. They'll change one up. Curry comes off. Braniff on the floor. As Smith takes it in the corner. Lemieux winds and fires, and that will even the score. Boucher with more words this time. I think is that Tanner Cook again. Pardon me, Ian McKinnon. Those two, long night in each other's face coming up, I would assume. As Hunter Lemieux, meanwhile, ties the game at 1 with 6:17 left to play in the first period. Keep your eye on Boucher and McKinnon. Pretty much every offensive set giving hacks to each other, and that was the knock, if there was one, on Boucher. That kind of stuff got under his skin when he was up playing B with the Halton Hills Bulldogs. Ends up a full season in Burlington last year and calmed it down as Saunders is going to intercept this ball. Jacob Saunders straight through, and his shot past the right arm of Dobson up into the roof, and Whitby will regain possession. Williams has to track this down in the corner. Got a reset and a moving screen. We'll hand it back to Burlington, though. Hunter Lemieux recently tying it up. Lanchbury, the far side shot, bounces past the net, going all the way down the floor. Trevor Barrett back to recover and send it down the floor. Lanchbury looks up, and he's got a Warrior player in his face, Adam Cromer. As the matchup game's starting to play out here in the final 5 minutes of our first period. Cutting to the net, throwing it over his head was Hogg. Braden Hogg looking for Tanner Cook. Big hit coming there. Hogg does avoid it in front of the Burlington bench. Cook back with it, sends a bouncer looking 5-hole, and it finds the stick of Miller. We'll go to Boucher at the front door. Low scoring period that kept running so far. Lemieux wants this on the far side, won't get it as Boucher will take the shot. It bounced around in the feet of Dobson momentarily. But now Whitby will bring it up towards center. Warriors waiting for the last change. It's Tyler Stinson. Hogg towards the crease now, slides through, and Briley Miller ends up on top of Graydon Hogg. Nobody taking any exception, although a few players waited around to see if something might have been said. It'll be Lanchbury out of the corner to the far side first. Lemieux with a pick. Return back to the righties. Lanchbury up top for Lemieux, the only goal scorer for the Chiefs. as the Warriors. Tyler Eames gathers it up, takes a shot that goes off the arm of Briley Miller. Kobe Hanser back to recover now as the offense starting to make their change. Williams, Yetman on his wrong side. He's going to set a pick here for Cook. As Cook comes in, another shot from Hogg after the fact. Callum Jones, somebody's lost a glove. It looks like it's Tanner Cook. And Jones kind of stood over top of it as Cook wanted it, was shoving and chopping at Callum Jones. He's not a player that will back down from a challenge. But again, the officials let them play on. Bushi around a screen. Oh my, a beautiful shot there. And you saw the defender kind of put his hands in the air. I think it was McKinnon. He just sort of said, what am I supposed to do? Bushi shooting around his leg, and there's no way that Dobson saw that for the second goal of the game for the Chiefs. They now lead 2-1. Boisano and Aki at the dot. Matthew Boisano, a couple years ago, playing for Team Canada in the, I believe it was the under-21 championships out in BC. Captain of the Whitby Warriors. Quickly over to the far side, Trevor Barrett with the rebound, sent it to Smith. Another rebound, a shot and a save there by Dobson as nobody could come up with the loose ball. Hit here and down goes Luke Keenan. Whitby's bench wanted a check from behind call on the penalty. They will get a minor interference though, and the argument from the Burlington bench was that he had the ball. Whitby does have possession though, maybe about to lose it as the errant pass looking far side was intended for Yetman and Devin Maya. The interception and the push down into the attacking zone. Minute 30 left as we get another moving screen on the far side. Things starting to heat up between these two teams. All these little late slashes and shoves and few words here or there. Tanner Cook in a moving screen in front, and then Callum Jones goes right through his man again. Getting up slowly though, looks like Jacob Saunders took the worst of that as Bryce Yetman was the second man to go down. Saunders just now making his way to the bench. In the final minute of our first period, Chiefs lead 2-1. Pass to the near side off the stick of Bushi, and he doubles over after taking a little chip shot. He has a word for the bench now as Yetman cycles the far side. Matt Wright on him. Yetman still with it. Big tie up in front, Williams and Callum Jones. A bouncer, Miller, they're gonna say got the stick on it before it got up and out of play, and timeout called. I believe it was by Devin Pfeiffer, who walked straight up to the official. 31 seconds left, and the Warriors will take their first time out of the game. Dan McRae wants an explanation, as does Ryan McMichael, assistant coach for the Whitby Warriors. There's a look at their bench as they set up their play. Dobson has come to the bench, although yet to take a seat. We remind you of our upcoming live game this weekend. June the 10th on Sunday, the Cobourg Kodiaks host the Peterborough Lakers, as the Lakers starting to figure things out on their season. They've been without both goaltenders so far this year. Matt Vince and Evan Kirk still on NLL assignment, as that series for the NLL championship has gone down to game 3, which will be the deciding one this weekend. So those goaltenders probably not in the lineup for Peterborough either. Doug Bucket and Ryan Masters filling in quite admirably so far. It will be Dobson on the bench right now for the final. They've added to 33 seconds. As the officials will discuss with Bryce Yetman there. Coburg Kodiaks, a tie against Brampton before losing their second of the year, 9-2 to Six Nations. They're still waiting for about 3 of their top players. Six Nations Chiefs without much of their top lineup. But anyways, that live game comes your way from the Coburg Community Center on Sunday, June the 10th. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure your notifications are on so you'll know every time we post a video, including Junior A game from last week, Junior C, Wilmot Wild, Brantford Warriors. That was a first of a home and home series for second place in the Junior C League in the West Division. I think we've got all our clocks sorted out. 29.1 in the period, and shot clock will be a non-factor as Whitby goes with the 6-man set. Cook being harassed in the middle and will draw a slashing call. Not sure if it's coming to Jones or to Matt Wright. They both got a good hack in. Cook on the rebound will shoot it around the shoulder. I was wondering if someone might say something about that as Cook has had quite the interesting night in the offensive zone. Callum Jones off to the bench for a slash. They've asked somebody in the corner to exit, has yet to move. And I think we've got some of the home staff working on that. A few parting shots before hitting the exits, and we'll be back underway with the final 12 seconds of the period. Cook into the middle, back into the corner. Williams from up top, and that one blocked by Wright. Back to the far side, a shot there, a hard hit into the end boards. Miller with a final save, and that'll do it for the first period. I think it took us longer to play the final minute than it did the first 19 and a half. Maybe we're going under NBA rules, I don't know. But 2-1 after your first period. Hunter Lemieux for the Chiefs. Chris Boucher got the second, but Dyson Williams got things started as the Chiefs put together a 2-goal run. The Warriors will be down a man as we get set for our second period. You're watching Junior A action on the JVI Sports Network. We'll take a 9-minute break and be right back with more from Central Arena in Burlington. just about set for the second period here in Burlington. Only about 10 seconds left on the clock. You can see the score there. 2-1 in favor of the Burlington Chiefs. That 149 is the remainder of Callum Jones' slashing penalty that he picked up at the end of that first period. Whitby now makes their way back to their bench. As you can see, Brett Dobson taking up the net to our right. Jordan Aki will crouch in for this face-off. It's still Briley Miller down the other way. And it is 2-1 after the first period. Hunter Lemieux, Chris Boucher for the Chiefs. They followed up the opening goal from Dyson Williams on a low shot. Low scoring. It's been low scoring throughout Junior A ranks. As Aki will win this face-off, flips it back to himself and gets taken out on the far boards. Now draws a triple team as Kashok collides with his man. Aki off the floor. He gets a round of applause for his efforts. And we're underway here in the second period. Quickly around the horn here for the Whitby Warriors as they have Cook up top. There's Williams back for Tanner Cook, and they had 10 minutes to put that power play together. And it was Graydon Hogg on the far side, finding Devin Pfeiffer back to Tanner Cook for the power play marker to tie this one up at 2 apiece. Very early on here in the second period. This is the period where the Beaches took over last week. As Aki wins another faceoff back for Matt Wright. Faceoff men for the Burlington Chiefs seem to come in bunches. It was Justin Anasio last year. Almost couldn't be beat on the faceoff. Then he went south of the border to a high school championship and broke his hand, was out for the remainder of the season. A bouncer in here on Briley Miller. Picked up by the Chiefs as they look to push the floor. Barrett collided with in the corner as now Whitby brings it back from the crease. Shot in by Ryan Barnable. Briley Miller makes that save, and now Chiefs will slow things down as they get back to center. 5-on-5 off the power play goal by Tanner Cook. Made it 2-2 if you're late coming back off the intermission. As Lanchbury over the top, his defender slips, and now Lanchbury shoved down from his back. Gets it over to Damon Curry. Curry's shot over top of the net, and Dobson doesn't need to make a save there as Whitby will get possession starting on the far side. Cook over center. Yetman with it now. And Cook. Switch on the top defenders. Phil Mazuka taking the top shooter. He ended up falling down. That lets the shot come through. Miller with the save. And Briley Miller will get it quickly up the floor here as the Chiefs get settled in. Barrett for Braniff. Braniff, far side Lanchbury. They had Boucher out there as well. Braniff, Barrett, and Boucher, the Killer Bees for Burlington. A couple wide shots off the end boards. And now Wright in a foot race there with Ben Utrosa, and the shot clock will beat both of them. And both teams will get their proper personnel out on the floor. Dyson Williams up top for Devin Pfeiffer. Now Yetman, far side. Big collision in the middle as the pass is picked off. Saunders puts the brakes on and then gets run over from behind. Saunders cross-checking with Tanner Cook behind the play. Meanwhile, Matthew Boisano looking for a way around Callum Jones. Bit of a size mismatch there, as it usually is when Boisano gets involved. Definitely plays bigger than his size. Spin move to get around Lee by Pfeiffer. Back for Yetman, a long shot. Ends up sailing wide. It'll be a 2-on-1 for the Chiefs, maybe more, as they're in their own attacking zone. Lee to the far side. A sidearm shot by Stephen Lee. Off the goaltender, up out of play. And the Chiefs will get a chance to slow it down. Hidden ball play here between Boucher and Lemieux. It is Boucher up top that has it. He'll push it to the corner for Ryan Smith. Smith finds Boucher circling the net, and Damon Curry unable to get a stick on the quick stick pass. And that'll be Ian McKinnon, who heads up over center. Was looking past the entire way. A stick check made, though, by Colin Hunt on his way off the floor. Pops the ball free. Kashok with the recovery. Briefly through Lanchbury. Now Smith. Braniff. Back in the corner, Lemieux. Barrett with it. Barrett around a falling Lemieux takes the shot, and Dobson struggling to pick it up in his stick now. Now from out of the crease. Down the floor, and I believe an early exit for Burlington off their bench is going to be a too many men call. Against the home side, a very unpopular call made by Blair Ferguson. But the Warriors back to the power play. That's the reason we're tied. The power play goal from Tanner Cook in the first minute of this second period. Cook will start with it up top. We're just waiting for somebody to go off and serve. It'll be Nate Braniff serving the bench minor. Starting to see a lot more leagues now, like the NLL, taking the field rule of the in-home, where bench and goalies penalties are served by a specific number. I wonder if that may not be the next move to prevent delays like that. Errant pass played off the glass by Callum Jones. Looked like he wanted to slow things down. Now passes to Cashall. His shot off the post in front of Dobson. And Dobson corrals it back. Now Jones and Cashall, having just ran the entire length of the floor, get back on defense, taking the top spots. 5.5 gone in the period. We're all tied up at 2. Over the top, the shot taken by Tanner Cook. And it'll be Miller saving it. Cashall making the second 200-foot run of the shift. He finds Damon Curry coming off the bench. And it'll be a shorthanded goal for the Burlington Chiefs. Probably a good thing, too, as Cashall ran about 500 feet on that shift. So 3-2 now, still 1 minute remaining in the power play for Whitby. Boisano likes to pool cue this face-off. Aki, I think, did pull it out of the pile, but Boisano gets there first, and his chin strap is popped loose after being part of a big scrum right in front of the penalty box. So his touch the second time hands the ball over to Burlington. 40 seconds left to kill off this penalty. Smith backs away from a double team consisting of Adam Cromer and Jordy McCullough. Big chop up top as Smith comes through, and a second, maybe a third, and it will be a slashing penalty here against Adam Cromer. And the bench and the fans appreciate that as well. We've been coming to Burlington games nearly every home game last year. And now this season as well. One thing I will say for the fans in Burlington, they show up for this Junior A crowd as it's big stadium, not in standing room only territory just yet, but definitely scattered fans throughout, and they get loud when their team does something. About to kill off this penalty and go on the power play are the Burlington Chiefs. And they were +1 on that short man situation. Damon Curry, the shorthanded goal. Curry trying again, this time a change-up shot. Stick gets knocked out of the hands of Hunter Lemieux. And it'll be the Warriors trying to push the floor this time. And they'll get a shorthanded goal of their own as Bryce Tolmie streaks down the far side and puts it behind Briley Miller. Roughly the same amount of time in the first period, or pardon me, in the power play as well, as it was on the Burlington Chiefs opportunity when they scored shorthanded. Warriors almost conceding this faceoff as they send 3 defenders down into their own zone. Only Matthew Boisano stayed up to take the draw. And it is, in fact, Chiefs possession from the dot. Shot comes in. Dobson the save. Boisano and Boucher now mixing. It was Boucher and McKinnon having a one-on-one battle all throughout that first period. We have yet to see those two match up here in the second, although we've been special teams most of the way. Ball still down. Yetman the first one there, and it just rolls away from him into the crease of Briley Miller. Lanchbury to slow things down here. 20 seconds left on the power play. Goes to Boucher on his left side. Smith, his usual spot in the crease. Now Curry back down for Hunter Lemieux. Boucher again circling the net. Comes back for Curry, his shot into the leg pad of Dobson. Boisano, quick restart there with Boisano facing a double team. But that will be enough for Whitby to kill off this penalty kill. And we're tied at 3, closing in on the halfway mark of our second period. Here in Burlington on the JVI Sports Network, we remind you to subscribe to our channel. May have gone off a Burlington forward. If it wasn't that, it was bounced cleanly up into the screen. That's what the officials saw anyways. And it is Burlington ball. They go to the far side. Lanchbury in front. He's looking for Trevor Barrett. They don't connect. It goes off the glass. Dobson gets it back ahead for Utrosa. Here's Yetman. One sails through the crease. Will be played by Tyler Stinson. Cook looking for an opportunity. Had to double clutch a few times before the eventual shot goes wide. And this one will be tipped by Burlington as Whitby already sending a couple players streaking to the bench. They were 3 on their shot clock. 35 seconds away from the midway mark of regulation time. Yetman, Graydon Hogg into the corner. Tanner Cook looking for the shot. Miller stands his ground. And he'll grab his own rebound as well. As the Chiefs will get it up towards center. And that is your first half hour of play with the score tied at 3. Lanchbury outside for Boucher. Looking quick stick for Barrett. He did get a shot away, but it was wide. And now one racing down the far side. It's Graydon Hogg. He takes a shot. Took a hit after the fact as well. Callum Jones sent him down, but Miller had made the save. So it's pushed up here by Cashawk. Hunter Lemieux has it. Bracing the ball against that big body. briefly bounced out of his stick. Luke Keenan unable to pick it up cleanly. And now the Chiefs battling for it on the near boards. 5 left on their shot clock as Bushi takes it, shovels it towards the net. Save made by Dobson, and it is recovered by Hunter Lemieux. Chiefs were starting to change. And they get called, I think, for too many men. And a delay of game call against Bushi and the Chiefs. Didn't really see what happened there as Bushi goes off for delay of game. The whistle stopped it as on the rebound, Burlington was caught in the middle of a change, weren't sure who was coming or going, and ended up with too many. Shot down the pipe by Yetman here. Miller makes the save. Lee picks up the rebound. And on that exchange at the bench, something happened with Chris Bushi. He gets called for delay of game. So Pat Kashock back to penalty kill mode now. We've been special teams for most of this period. Oh, what a pass there. Shot from Smith. Just goes wide as the rebound back for Dobson. What a good look. Somehow getting the pass through the recovery by Smith to take that shot, even though it does go wide. Minute left in the power play here. Stinson behind the net. Yetman from his wrong side looking to shoot. Couple times now Yetman caught. He's a right-handed shot caught on the left side of the floor. As Kashock stumbles on his way to the net, Boissonneau slides over to make sure there's no shot as Smith back from the blue line. Smith will pass it to Damon Curry. 10 on their shot clock, no rush. As Smith all by himself can't let the shot go, and then Yetman over the top. Shot from Lanchbury came quickly, forced Dobson into a split save. And now over everybody as Lemieux comes off the bench. Him and Curry will take the left side of the floor. Penalty about to expire. I think the Chiefs just waiting for time to tick down to get Bushi back out there, which he does now. He wants the ball. Curry will keep. Now gives for Bushi. Quick stick Lemieux. Oh, the net was open and the save made by Dobson again, this time to the left side. Bushi, corner for Smith. He cuts to the net and scores. Ryan Smith, his first of the game, gives Burlington the lead. It's 4-3, just under 7 minutes remaining here in the second period. They're saying it's Lanchbury on the goal. If it is, it'll still be his first, but it definitely looked like Smith. This ball ends up off the face-off in the Whitby bench. One of their coaching staff with it. A small army occupying the back step of the bench for the Whitby Warriors here. There's about 6 people in golf shirts. They're watching their transition come down the floor. Luke Kiernan. Tyler Stinson now. Stinson to the net. Callum Jones on him, and another one where Stinson ends up in the crease with Briley Miller on top of him. 6 minutes remaining in the period. 1 goal lead right now for Burlington. Neither team able to get much traction or momentum in this game. But both of them quite able to go on runs. Bushi and McKinnon have found each other. Dobson way out of his crease. Lanchbury maybe rushed down a little too much, sensing the open net. And now Bushi plays it off the glass, and he'll slow things down. On a bounce to Lanchbury. He spins and fires. The save made by Dobson. Bushi reaching in as it was in the stick of Dobson. He got called in the crease and then took a couple whacks afterwards. A few Whitby Warriors players taking exception to Bushi being that close to their goaltender. Yetman to the far side. Sidestepping his way in is Williams. Williams, not sure if he was trying to pass behind the net or take a shot. The shot does come from the near side, though, as Tyler Slinton lets rip. But just as he was about to release, Colin Hunt got right up in his face and made sure there was no play from Dyson Williams. Damon Curry over the top. His pass into the midsection of Lanchbury, and there's one streaking out. It's, Bryce Tolmie with a shorthanded goal already in this game for Tolmie. His shot goes off of Miller and out of play. So Yetman will take over here for Whitby. Yetman up top, Cook to Williams, to Tyler Stinson. Over for Williams, his low shot bounces off the end boards, comes back right to Devin Pfeiffer. Spinning shot in front, Cook. I believe that's Tanner Cook. Yes, it is, number 12, with his second of the game. He's got number 12 on his jersey. He's wearing shorts with number 32 on them, though, the number of Ian McKinnon. And I was just about to remark, it's been a while since we've seen Graydon Hogg out there on offense on the far side. Again, lengthy time in this period for both special team lines. Quasino got held up as this rebound goes loose in the corner. Both teams trying to dig for it. Now it's Hunter Lemieux getting. Quasino got right on his stick. Just as he took the shot, it forced it wide, and that'll be enough for the shot clock violation. Tolmie now. Lanchbury caught out on defense. He collided with a screen and may have just knocked the helmet loose as he reached for the face mask. Was wondering if he got shaken up a little bit. There's Graydon Hogg on the far side. Tanner Cook from his wrong side this time takes the shot. It goes off a couple boards before going straight for Lanchbury. And if you're a fan of Whitby, that's the wrong guy to have that bounce to, as when he gets a breakaway, it usually ends up looking exactly like this. 3 minutes left, and the Burlington Chiefs have the lead once again. 5-4 this time, as they had a 2-goal run in that first period. That's the only multi-goal stand for either team. As this one goes high on the faceoff. Saunders had fallen, so that allows Devin Pfeiffer to gain the possession. Pfeiffer still being harassed by the double team of Wright and Saunders. Now giving it to the far side. Williams on the floor, 12 on his shot clock. Williams looking for a pass. Here's Yetman, Bryce Yetman over the top. Into the jersey there of Miller. Dyson Williams, already a player who's come up through the minor ranks, playing rep for Whitby, playing on Team Ontario a couple times, playing junior NLL tournaments. Future star in the making here with the Whitby Warriors. Smith over the top, bounces off the backboards into the stick of Trevor Barrett, and he's still being hung on to by the Warriors defenseman. That's going to cause a shot clock violation as Ian McKinnon picks it up and straight down the floor. Final 2 minutes here of the second period. 1-goal lead for the Chiefs, as they'll lead a 3-2 rush. Now 4-2 as they open the door, and Callum Jones' shot off Dobson before going out of play. So fresh 30 with a proper line change coming here for the Chiefs in the final 90 seconds. Curry through a crowd, takes the shot. Dobson the save, another one down the floor. It's Cook this time. His shot ends up in the net, even though it got knocked off the pegs. If it were pegs, then it was hockey, but Tanner Cook with the hat trick. Now in this game, he's celebrating on his way to the bench as Boisano comes over for the fist bump. We're tied up at 5 now with 1:13 left in our second period. Two-1 after one. Now tied at 5 is right in that first minute. Whitby able to tie it up on the power play. Aki winning another face-off here. Getting it back to Jones. Now Curry. Final minute. Lanchbury up top. Into the corner. Smith. Barrett cutting through. Curry. Lanchbury the shot. Hard one that ends up off the shoulder of Dobson. Down the floor they have Tolmie again. And this time I believe it shot wide past the arm of Briley Miller. There was no reset signaled. But after thinking about it a little bit, the ref decides that it did tip off the shoulder of Miller. Whitby took a timeout in that first period. So they'll only have one for the remainder of the game. Burlington has both intact here. And there's 10 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Cashall and Cook tied up top. Yetman, his shot. He was filled in afterwards. Bench screaming. It sounds like timeout, but they got a 3-on-1. And with Cashall on his wrong side and 3 defenders out in that rush, they'll elect to talk things over with 17.4 seconds remaining in the second period. Still tied 5 apiece right now. It's only a number of opportunities on breakaways, just one shorthanded goal so far. Cook got things started in this period on the power play. He's added 2 more. Goalie Union having some words. As Briley Miller said something to Brett Dobson as they passed each other at the bench. And of course, opening the scoring in that first period here tonight, Dyson Williams, the 5-goal scorers for the Whitby Warriors. Damon Curry shorthanded, Hunter Lemieux, Ryan Lanchbury, Chris Boucher, and depending who you ask, Ryan Smith. We've still got him for one. May have been Lanchbury with his second, however, but it is 5 for Burlington. "17 seconds remaining in this second period. Burlington with ball in hand. They'll put 6 on the floor. Lemieux, Curry, and Barrett, the lefties. I imagine it's Lanchbury, Smith, and Boucher. Yes, it is. The righties. And they'll wait. Clock now hits 8. Here's Lemieux. They got one cycling the net. That's who they go to. It's Curry trying the quick stick with Lanchbury. Boucher in front. Second opportunity. Curry now shoots. And shot it around. Looked like him and Tyler Eames went nose to nose after the fact. But the second period will end tied at 5. A barn burner of a third coming your way. This is Junior A action on the JVI Sports Network from Central Arena in Burlington. We'll take a 9-minute timeout and be back on the other side with the conclusion of regulation time. As the horn sounds, the Burlington Chiefs make their way back onto the floor as they get set for period number 3 here at Central Arena in Burlington. You see the score 5-5 in favor of each team. 2-1 after the first period in favor of Burlington. They got an early goal on the power play in the second period. As we get you set for the end of regulation. We start it 5-on-5, turning and filled in off the face-off there. Going down hard was Jacob Saunders. I believe it was Luke Keenan who filled him, and that is one of the biggest hits we've seen all season. Keenan gets high fives all the way down the bench. Saunders is staying on here. I have no idea how, but my goodness, what a hit right off the opening faceoff here in the second. Pardon me, we're in the third period. Here's Williams taking the shot. Save made by Briley Miller. He's gone the distance so far for the Chiefs, as had Brett Dobson back the other way. The score indicative of a one-period game so far. Well, this is the start of the third. And Boucher trying to get around Tolmie. Boucher's shot hits off the post. Miller will come out of his net. Tolmie hanging out right around center floor. Back for Damon Curry. Smith feeding Boucher, and Smith back to, Boucher back to Smith on the crease, who shoots it off the shoulder of Dobson. Dyson Williams fakes the pass to Stinson. Oh, it did go to Stinson, pardon me, as Tanner Cook has it up top. Cook, couple picks in front. Hogg, now Williams. Williams back over to Stinson, whose shot is saved by Miller. Rebound picked up here by Maya. Devin Maya will cross the blue line. And Boucher takes a whack down on the leg. And we're going to get a slashing penalty here, I believe, to Adam Cromer for the second time. Shot clock not running on the near side. It's down to 8 back in the zone to our right. That's not going to matter, though, as the shot is taken by the Chiefs, and Cromer headed off here after giving a chop to Chris Boucher. If it's not been Cromer, it's been Ian McKinnon, somebody in his face all night long so far from the Whitby Warriors. A long night for Boucher. Does have one goal, however, as Boucher, Lanchbury, Barrett, and Lemieux. Pardon me, that's Damon Curry on the far side. Lemieux, as the pass got returned to him, a nice pick with the big stick there by Dobson. As we pass the 2.5 minutes gone in this third period. Yetman, far side. From the face-off dot, faked like he was going to start and go around Saunders. Now he does, gets a bit of space. Graydon Hogg, the double team. Hogg colliding with a defender. He went awkwardly into the end boards, and Graydon Hogg gets up. That looked bad as he went into the end boards. Well, looks like he's all right as he heads off to the bench. Does take a seat on the back seat, though. As Curry, now Lemieux, Lanchbury. Boucher's circling the net again. Back for Lanchbury, they go to Lemieux. Curry, Boucher, shot, saved by Dobson right at the shot clock. And Boisano with the rebound, he'll push up to Tyler Eames. Eames cutting the corner, shovels it back to Williams. Miller not sure where it was as it pops free. It was in the stick of Matt Wright, though. Final 30 seconds of this Chiefs power play. Lemieux with it. Lemieux takes the shot himself. It's high over top of the net, and it goes out of play. Boisano. Or is that Jordy McCullough? Not sure. Down the far side, it is McCullough number 13 as opposed to 16. Similar running style between him and Boisano, though. As Williams gets the ball back, the penalty expires. Williams facing a double team. Callum Jones hard into his man. Another double team. As Jones a couple extra shoves there with Tyler Stinson. My goodness, we've had a number of man-on-man battles here tonight that have gone from the opening face-off all the way through. As Lanchbury trying to find Smith in the middle. It bounces off the stick of Smith. Lemieux picked out of the way here, and the Warriors will push it down the far side. 5 gone in the third. Still tied at 5. Maya with the interception off his stick. It goes high. 10 left on the Warriors shot clock. As Cook to the far side there. Yetman, who fires a hard shot, and his momentum took him in front of Damian Maya, who was looking hit the entire way and ends up right between the numbers. So I'd be surprised if this isn't a check from behind, and that is okay, we go interference. Gives Maya a bit of a break there, did Blair Ferguson. As check from behind, those of you that are still not back into summer rules. Automatic 4 at least. You can go 5. And from there, you can also tack on a game misconduct as the severity ramps its way up. But I was wondering if we wouldn't see a 4-minute double minor there. They elect to call interference, and Maya will be in the box for 2. Williams shot blocked. Saunders and Williams into the corner. Jones pushes far side. Cashall braces up along the boards with McCullough. Now a double team. McCullough and Kobe Hanser. And Cashall still able to hang on, getting it back all the way outside. Lanchbury from the boards, facing a triple team. He rifles it at the Canadian flag and hits it dead center. Six minutes gone in this third period, tied at 5 with 1 minute remaining in the Whitby Warriors power play. They'll put Tanner Cook up top, already with 1 power play goal, part of his 3-goal hat trick scoring night. Stephen Lee around a double team. He'll get it up over center now. And Lee waiting for help, cuts through a pair of defenders, does it again. Now more defensive help coming as it's rolled back into the corner. Smith has Anthony Druin on him, and Smith shovels it towards the net. Surprised Dobson, I think. But Brett Dobson is there to make that save. As Whitby comes in for what will be their final offensive set of this power play. Williams from the corner to Hogg. Couple fakes from the top man as it goes back for Williams. Big shot there from Devin Pfeiffer. He got filled in after releasing as Callum Jones got up in his face and now stays there. And I think they restarted without a ball on the floor. As Whitby will take it out of the corner. Pass intended for Graydon Hogg, intercepted by Saunders. And Jacob Saunders' shot goes off the right arm of Dobson. Callum Jones racing down the floor, though, retrieves it at center. And Jones will slow things up to get the offense on. Had to elude Bryce Yetman, though. And now Burlington will get in the set. Lanchbury, Boucher, Lemieux on the near side as they've got Cashall up on offense this time. Boucher over his shoulder. Pardon me, that was Lanchbury looking for Boucher. Cashall gets towards the wall, takes a shove the last second by Drouin. 8 minutes gone. Reminiscent of the first period, still looking for our opening goal here in the third. As Wright hard on his man on the far side. Cook loses the ball as he got around to pick from Williams. It's in the stick of Stephen Lee. And Lee will come up over the blue line. Now shoveling it back as Tolmie came high to play defense. Lansbury's shot. I think that ended up in the midsection of Ben Utrosa. He showed no reaction to that whatsoever. Damon Curry, meanwhile, at center, recovering the errant shot. And another one bounds off the backboards. 2 on nobody. Led here by Tolmie. He gets shoved and goes through the crease. Saw a play just like that last week, which we thought might have resulted in a penalty shot when the penalty was called. We did see a penalty shot last week when Nishimura from the Beaches was in the crease and grabbed the ball in his glove. Stephen Lee taking that shot that Jackson Brown saved. Part of a 12-9 victory for Burlington, who took over top spot and then held on to it with a win over the Arrows. Shot by Boisano, hits off the post and goes up out of play into the timekeeper's bench. That'll stop the clock, 34 seconds shy of the midway mark of the third period. Williams for Graydon Hogg. Stinson far side, Yetman has Saunders spying him. Back for Hogg. He goes around Williams. Tanner Cook in the middle, setting picks as Yetman takes the shot. Miller down, makes the save, and his outlet pass nearly intercepted there by Yetman, who threw his stick at it. Matt Wright does clear center, though. And the Chiefs, led by Hunter Lemieux, Ian McKinnon, a couple whacks for him. Able to come into the offensive zone. Smith rolled around a defender, and it results in a 3-on-1 as the ball is taken away. Shot wide there by Ryan Barnable. Hard off the backboards. It bounces to Dylan LaPrade. And LaPrade had thoughts of making a break with those 3 defenders trapped. Elects to go off for a change. Barrett for Boucher. Smith over to the far side. Hunter Lemieux. How is that not a moving pick? The man up top got pushed all the way outside the blue line. Smith dying seconds of the shot clock. The shot does not count as Lemieux took it from the crease. Whacked at by Boucher. The bench wanted another delay of game call. Obviously not coming as there's 9 minutes now left in the period. Cook dancing around. Lee forces his shot wide. Now Yetman. Williams a low shot. That's how he scored the first one of the game. Ends up on net as Miller makes the save, and it lies dormant in the crease, allowing Burlington to pick up. Yetman goes down on the far side, looks at the official as Callum Jones takes the shot. He was stepped up on there by Devin Pfeiffer as those two continue their man-on-man battle. Pass out of the reach for Boisano. Ends up in the stick of Colin Hunt as the Chiefs work over center. Nate Braniff. Rolls out of his stick. Dobson with the save, and now Boisano jogs it up over the far side here for Whitby. Under 8 to play in regulation time. Are we headed for overtime here tonight as Williams takes the shot? Miller the save. Mazuka around Yetman. He finds himself on the floor once again. Looking at the official. Once again, no call. That's pretty indicative of both styles of Kyle Kennery and Blair Ferguson. As Smith comes in, Bushi and McKinnon gave each other a shot. Oh, that's a goal. Bushi did something there to McKinnon. And now there's words in the goal celebration. Chiefs have started their change. McKinnon and Bushi were at each other just as that goal was scored, and then just as it went in, McKinnon doubled over, and Bushi's going to the box here. I wonder if we've got a... I was wondering if there was a stick measurement. Braniff on the goal from Smith. Bench is going to get an explanation here as there's 2 up on the board. I think they wanted a 5. Sean Williams. Ryan McMichael asking for an explanation here. And it is one suitable enough for their liking, I assume. As Whitby goes back to the power play. Down 6-5 now off the goal by Nate Braniff. Initial shot going wide. Yetman to the far side. Cook in the middle. Williams' low shot off the end boards ends up in the mesh of the net. Picked up here by the Chiefs. And Stephen Lee. Up to Callum Jones. There's the Chiefs crossover center. Kashalk again up on offense, looking for Smith, who was cutting towards the crease. They find Yetman up the floor, and the Burlington defense a bit slow coming off there. Callum Jones went for the hit. As now Dyson Williams tries to do the same on Kashalk, and no Warriors on the floor. There are only 2, and they're both back in the Chiefs' end. Now Yetman will jog off as the Chiefs slow things down, short-handed. 6 remaining. 40 seconds left in the Bushi minor penalty. Damon Curry to Smith to Lanchbury. Lanchbury lets a wild shot go. Well wide. Tried to get his own rebound. I think may have got a reset out of the deal, but rebound off the shot picked up by the Warriors here. When it seemed like it was no longer possible for Lanchbury. 15 seconds remain in the shot clock. Now down to 5 in the penalty to Bushi. As Saunders will spin back. Nice job defending there by Tyler Stinson to keep Saunders in place. Stinson knocked down and through the legs of Saunders all the way back over center. That is a great play. But it comes with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Lanchbury cuts the corner, takes the shot, and the save made by Dobson off his shoulder and up out of play. But how about the save of possession on the far side? Jacob Saunders through the legs after fighting for that loose ball. Final 5 minutes here as Smith collides with his man near side. Smith gets up first, heads to the net, and his shot off the shoulder of Dobson. Luke Keenan postured up over that loose ball. Warriors do get it. Bit of a burst of speed there from Devin Pfeiffer. They have Yetman slow coming off the bench as here comes Hogg taking the shot. Save made by Miller. Back for Dylan LaPrade. And Curry. Damon Curry, Ryan Smith, Ryan Lanchbury. Lanchbury's shot, I believe he was going for the far side of the net. in front of Dobson. Doesn't hit Dobson before going up out of play. And the 1-goal lead is intact as we hit the final 4 minutes of regulation now. Yetman and Pfeiffer quickly to the near side for Cook. Already with 3 in the game, his bid for 4 goes off the end boards and out of play. So it'll be played back here for Burlington. Smith, Lanchbury. In front looking for Smith again, and all over him was Ben Utrosa. And Utrosa there to pick up. As the Warriors bring it back in now. Braden Hogg. Pick in front by Williams. Williams gets checked. He goes down hard and awkwardly. Reset the shot clock, though. Did his shot. As it hit Miller, Graydon Hogg has Jones all over him. Jones still on Graydon Hogg. Dyson Williams falls hard in on the crease. Shot in the goal. It looked like Williams was in the crease. And then what happens afterwards as Dylan LaPrade's grabbing the face mask here of Cook, and the whole mask is off, and then racing down the floor into the pile is Anthony Drouin. And this is in the middle of changes now, as there's all kinds of stuff happening. In behind, Stephen Lee is matched up with Dyson Williams. Dylan LaPrade Anthony Drouin wrestling the official now, him and Kyle Kennery. Dobson all the way up to the red line as Dyson Williams and Jacob Saunders at each other. Stephen Lee a shove for Williams. Tanner Cook. He is screaming. There's a couple Whitby players off their bench right now, just waiting for something either way to happen. Dobson walking towards the Burlington bench. He was just looking for the helmet that was left over. I think Kyle Hebert is being held back on the Burlington bench as well. I'm not sure how or if he got involved. This one's probably going to take a little bit to sort out here. Not even sure who's gone to the benches. I know definitely that Anthony Drouin had to be escorted over there. Drouin's the one taking the seat at the back part of the bench, along with Tanner Cook. Dylan LaPrade, his number 12 counterpart, appears to be the only Burlington player that is off the floor, at least for the moment. Things getting exciting here. Central Arena in Burlington. Modified timeout perhaps here for Sean Williams as he crouched down in front of everybody, called for a huddle right in front of his bench. The officials still discussing here with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. That comes off a goal. A goal that perhaps Dyson Williams might have been in the crease on. We thought that was going to be the least of our worries. And now the officials will have conferenced for a while. They'll come over to the box, talking to Dylan LaPrade first. And now they'll let Whitby talk to Whitby's penalty box, and then go back and talk to each other again. Our next live game, June the 10th, from the Coburg Community Center. Again, live on our YouTube channel. Looks like a pitcher talking to the catcher as they cover their mouths and everything over there. Quite the secret between Blair Ferguson and Kyle Kennery. June the 10th, Coburg Community Center, the Coburg Kodiaks and the Peterborough Lakers, a 6 p.m. start time. If you're anywhere near the area, we assume there's going to be Peterborough fans in the building, as there usually is when those two teams play each other. A Coburg team that is really at least starting to turn the corner. A lot of youth infusion in that Coburg lineup, including now 11 players with NLL experience, and will have their game against Peterborough for you on Sunday. Penalty box door opens, I believe, Drouin is being shown the gate as Blair Ferguson delivers the, we'll wait to find out if it's good or bad news, to the Burlington Chiefs bench. We are tied 6-6 as this comes off the most recent goal. Still trying to get that number. May have been Devin Pfeiffer, actually. If it is him, that's his first of the game. Bryce Tolmie has a shorthanded marker on a breakaway. And Tanner Cook with a hat trick, along with Dyson Williams. Explanation will be made here to the Whitby bench now, as the Burlington goal scorers. Nobody with multiple goals in this game. We have one to Smith that they credited to Lanchbury. And if that's the case, that'll be Lanchbury's second of the game. And Smith waiting for his first. Boucher, Braniff, Hunter Lemieux, and Damon Curry shorthanded the other goals. 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. 4-on-4. Drouin is gone to the room. And LaPrade and Cook in the boxes, 2 on the board. So I wonder if we've got 2s and 10s. Definitely game misconduct for Drouin, as there's no penalty showing for him. Shot from Yetman will give the Warriors the lead. Bryce Yetman has been trying to get that shot off all night long. Finally does. And it makes it 7-6 in favor of Whitby. Cashawk securing the hockey face-off win. Curry, Smith, Lanchbury. We'll see if we see Boucher anymore tonight. As Luke Keenan steals the ball. Trying to keep one eye on the floor, one ear on the PA man. I think all he did was announce the goal from Yetman and not the penalties. Callum Jones stepping high, in the most recent goal scorer, Bryce Yetman. Dyson Williams trying to dump this one in on net. And Williams complaining about something after the shot between him and Jones. Miller to the bench. They'll go 5-on-4. Smith, Lanchbury, Damon Curry, Hunter Lemieux over in the corner. Boucher in this corner. Smith puts a twist on it at the end, and it goes through the legs of Dobson, and we're tied at 7s now. And Lanchbury has something to say as he passes by the Whitby bench, as does Hunter Lemieux. Jordan Aki, Matthew Boisino. The one-on-one man battle that we have yet to really talk about with everything else that's been going on here tonight. And it's Aki that wins another one. Boisino is an outstanding face-off man. But Aki has just had his number all night long. 10 seconds left in 4-on-4. As Lanchbury through a crowd. Dobson's going to hang on to that. 45 seconds left in regulation. We're tied at 7. This goes to the far side. Just minor penalties between Cook and LaPrade as they come out now. We were wondering about misconducts as we are 5-on-5. Initial shot going wide as Hogg to Williams. Far side Yetman. Comes back for Hogg. Callum Jones forcing him wide. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Cook now. Cook dancing his way past defenders. Shot bounces and goes out of play. And Burlington is going to use the timeout, their first of the game. Reminder that Whitby had one that they called in the first period. They still have one remaining. Burlington, I believe this is their first. Play being drawn up there by Sean Gillies. .1 seconds on the clock. Left to decide this one. Burlington Chiefs on a roll. One loss only on the season against the Orangeville Northmen. That was only by 1 goal, if I remember correctly. Six on the floor here for Burlington. They'll start with Trevor Barrett. Lanchbury, Smith, Boucher. Bunch of picks in front, including Hunter Lemieux and Boucher. Barrett with the shot off the leg there of Dobson. Clock stops at .2 and a little bit ticked down. They're going to check. We're still tied 7-7. Kyle Kennery, NLL official as well. High-level hockey ref in the winter. They'll put it back up to 1 second exactly. And we'll see if the Chiefs can beat the buzzer here. They'll start with Boucher in the corner. Right on him is McCullough. Over for Curry, and he can't. We will have a full 10-minute overtime period. It is not next goal wins. It is a full 10-minute period following a 2-minute rest. We'll take that opportunity to take a breather as well as you watch another exciting Junior A battle here on the JVI Sports Network. All right, folks, here we go on the JVI Sports Network. A full 10-minute overtime period. If time runs out after 10 minutes and we're still tied, your final score will be a draw tonight. A back-in call starts it. Off the face-off, Riley Miller doesn't really agree. But first opportunity will go to Whitby. If we get a goal before the 10 minutes, we'll keep going until the 10 is over. So somebody with a chance to respond. It's another one of those quirky summer lacrosse rules that has the nation divided. One side has finally won their decision on the shot clock. As Yetman, far side, how does that go out? Did Miller make the save, or was it just simply shot wide by Cook? Oh, my glorious chance there for Whitby, and it remains 7-7. First opportunity here in the extra frame for Burlington. Smith with McKinnon all over him. I doubt there will be penalties now. And with Drouin getting sent off, this being overtime, not in the box, that was definitely a game misconduct for Drouin. In that scrum we saw earlier. As Cook, already with 3 in the game, has it back in his stick. A lot of shoving on the far side as Stinson gets worked over. Cook still with it though, around a pick from Williams. Shot coming in, Riley Miller the save. And Callum Jones will stick handle away from Stinson. Jones for Damon Curry. Bushi over the top, takes a field style one-footed hop shot. And that went wide as they send the far side for Boisano. Jacob Saunders quickly off the bench though to thwart that attempt, as now Cook and Devin Pfeiffer try a hidden ball play. Another save here for Miller as he stands in against Pfeiffer. And the Chiefs will take to the floor. Don't be surprised here, folks, as the first and third periods, this floor configuration in those two frames. Lanchbury trying to find Bushi, who stumbled. It's taken us about 10 minutes to get our first goal of the first and third periods, so I know we're in overtime, but you may have a minute to go to the fridge if you need it. Maya hauls down his man, a great effort there. I think that is Pfeiffer again. He's getting a bunch of chances here in overtime. But another loose ball victory there for Callum Jones, as he has been winning nearly every loose ball battle. Plays for the Oakville Blades in the winter in the OJHL as well. As Lanchbury now looks far side, Hunter Lemieux with the shot. And looked like there was a hole there that was closed right at the last second by Dobson. 6 minutes remaining here in our overtime period. Hogg was looking for the far side, into the stick of Dylan LePrade. LePrade sent it all the way back. It's in the stick of number 5, Damon Curry, who comes over the blue line. Bushi trying to find Lanchbury. Lanchbury gets clobbered as he came over for that loose ball. Now McKinnon over the top of Lanchbury. And they call Ian McKinnon on interference. Bushi puts his back to his man, takes a shot. It's off the shoulder of Dobson. Lanchbury the rebound and a full 30 here for Burlington. Lanchbury from Curry, and it tips off his stick and goes up into the screening and out of play. Safety netting all around the arena here at Central Arena. As Williams collides with Mazuka near side. Here's Cook with a shot off the left leg of Briley Miller. Rebound though for Bryce Yetman. And a quick change coming here at the Warriors bench. Devin Pfeiffer off, Tyler Stinson on. Stinson in front of Yetman. Takes a shot. It does skip off the shoulder there. Callum Jones gets tripped up. He goes down, still able to get the feed up for Pat Cashall. Saunders is out there as well. Odd offensive set right now. As now Saunders goes off in favor of Lemieux. Curry taking to the floor. Smith has the ball though. His sidearm shot off the arm of Dobson. Rebound to Lanchbury. And finally 5 offensive players out there for Burlington. And we're going to get a wipe down. It looks like our first of the game. I thought Burlington was calling timeout. This is our first wipe down of the season here in Burlington. That does not seem likely. The director tonight, Ryan Harkness, shaking his head yes. Says it won't be the last either. That's probably correct. Boisano stumbles in front. Playing defense here as we're back. Shot wide of Dobson. Trying to reach in front for Bryce Tolmie, already with 1 on the breakaway. And 2 other opportunities. That one was shot wide. Another one Briley Miller made the save on. That's Tanner Cook. Keeps this way up top. 10 on the shot clock now. Yetman to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer over the top into the corner. Now Cook shot. They had Tolmie right on the crease, but the rebound will be controlled here by Burlington. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left. Tangle at the bench here as Tolmie got caught in the doorway. Boucher shoots and scores. Not much to that play. He just postured up and took the shot and breaks the deadlock. 8-7 here for the Burlington Chiefs. Chris Boucher's second of the night, the outside shot. And an important face-off coming up here now. Jordan Aki has been solid at the dot. Looked like he might have pushed that one free, but no one home to pick up, except for Luke Keenan. So possession off the goal here to Whitby. Dyson Williams, a couple fakes. Quickly to the far side though. Pfeiffer around a pick. Devin Pfeiffer turns his back to Devin Maya, keeping him there. Back here for Cook. Pardon me, that's Graydon Hogg who takes the shot. Callum Jones going straight through Tyler Stinson. And Burlington wants a wipe down in their defensive zone now. After the Whitby player went down. We will get the wipe down. We'll get a reset as well. For a game that didn't look like a whole lot, it's turned into looking pretty good right now. 8-7 for the Burlington Chiefs as we make it to overtime. An exciting back and forth overtime. Just hard fought defensive battle here this evening between these two teams. Again, yes, Burlington's in first place, but as tight as the standings are, Whitby perennially seem to find themselves there as well. And I imagine before too long, they will be amongst that group. Still only, I think, 2 wins behind Burlington coming into the evening. Hogg, Cook, Yetman's shot eludes Riley Miller. Callum Jones chases his man all the way to the outside boards. Pfeiffer was thinking of the shot. Williams will take one from his wrong side. And now Pfeiffer, Cashall fighting Pfeiffer and Williams for the loose ball and is picked up by the second man on scene. Under 2 minutes left to play in our overtime period. Lanchbury, the bouncer ahead, bypasses Barrett. Curry, Lanchbury. He and Smith are the righties. Lanchbury to the net, and it rolled out of his stick. An easy save for Dobson. Boisano unable to cleanly pick it up. Oh. The ball arrived at the bench. Where is it now, though, as it's in the crease, and it ends up on the back of the door. Boucher had his hand in the door, and as the ball arrived, the doorman slammed it closed, and Boucher's hand was right there, and he is in some kind of pain over on the bench still. Boucher's taking himself out of line on that Chiefs bench. Moving pick in front of Hunter Lemieux here, as going down with Jordy McCullough. Cashall sticks up here on Bryce Tolmie. And as they stop for the Whitby timeout, Chris Boucher is going to the dressing room. He's quickly going to the dressing room. Trainer following him, 54.1. This just became a very big story in the night and the season for the Burlington Chiefs. And looking down at that bench, that doorman is quite upset with himself at the moment. But we look at the play being set up by Sean Williams over on the Whitby bench. Burlington setting up theirs as well. It'll be 6-man set now with Dobson on the bench. Williams, Hogg, Cook will be the lefties. Pfeiffer, Stinson, and Yetman on the right side. And an empty net. Cook, Williams, they go in behind the net. Back for Cook, who had come all the way across the floor. Diving attempt there, Stinson. This play is all messed up now as Yetman now looking for Cook. It bounces away from him as well. They've got Dobson back out. And now 29 seconds, Burlington without a timeout. Lanchbury backing up. He'll bounce it down the floor. All tied up there was Saunders as him and Tyler Eames were together. Eames racing down the floor. Dobson racing to the bench as well. Callum Jones collides with Eames. Comes back for Cook, wrong side, his shot. Lines its way through to Miller with the save. Callum Jones nearly came away cleanly with another loose ball, and it will be picked up by Burlington, but illegally as they have interference on the play. 1.7 left from the corner, intercepted by Saunders, and the Chiefs will win in overtime, 8-7, as they continue their lead on the Pack here in Ontario Lacrosse Association's Junior A circuit. Oh my, what a finish to this game. A reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for notifications, and follow us on Twitter at JVI Video for our entire season-long schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it from here in Burlington. The Chiefs win again, defeating the Whitby Warriors 8-7 in overtime. On behalf of our producer, Gary Morrison, our director, Ryan Harkness, I'm Matthew Carrick. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.